So when you're working on your soft feel, your release is everything. And if you are lax in your release, when I say lax, if you're slow, if you're dull in your release, you're going to really create some problems. And what happens a lot of times is people, they're not getting the desired response they're looking for from their horse. So what they do is they just pull a little harder. And then you applying more pressure on your reins get your horse pushing back more, and it gets to be just a no-win situation for your horse. So I couldn't stress more on how important that release is, that feel, to where when that horse gives you just the slightest change and the smallest try, there, he sort of he didn't come through right away, but as soon as he did, I rewarded him. It's so important, and you'll work on it, and the more you get at it, you won't even have to be looking at your horse when you do it. What you're going to do is you're just going to feel it. You're going to be riding along, or you could be sitting. If I'm just sitting here visiting with you like that, I could be picking up tons of soft feels just sitting here. And then when I quit to the point where he's pushing right now, so I don't, I'm waiting for him. As soon as he gets off this pressure, I'm going to give to him. But your release is everything. He gave me a little bit there, I got off, and now I'm sure he'll be better because I'm telling him that you're in the right area.
And then what does it look like if someone's timing is off? Like, what would be an indication for them to know, okay, the issue here is my timing is off, if they're maybe not riding with a trainer that can point that out for them?
If you've got a horse that goes to rooting on your hand, and so when I say rooting, I mean is when you release, what he does is he starts pushing and saying, I want more like that. He's telling you that your release is too slow. He's saying, and now, so what you're going to do with a horse that wants to root, so he's pushing on your hand, and when you release, he says, I want more like that. You're going to give him half back and then get firm. So your hand might be here when you're holding, waiting for that soft feel. And then when he gives to you, you're going to go to there, but you're going to stay firm there. So you gave the release, which rewarded him yielding and coming to you. And then what you're going to do is your hand is going to get solid and weight. So if he pushes past that point of that release that you gave him, he's just pushing against himself. So you're not getting in a tug of war with him. He's going to figure out, if you're consistent in that manner, he's going to figure out that he's just pushing against his own pressure, because you're not getting in that contest. So you give him, when the horse gets soft, you're going to give him a release. This horse is searching. He says, do you want me to back up? No, I want you to just get soft. Once you get your head down and be soft. He's getting a little antsy because he's been standing here for a while. There's a little try. Now, when I say when I'm putting my legs on him, I'm not squeezing him there. Big come through. Now, I don't want him bouncing. So see right there, he's up and down, up and down, up and down. He needs to just relax. There. I'm going to move his feet out here a little bit. We might have something better by me just moving his feet out as I go. So when I apply pressure there, take slack out of my reins. When he comes to me, when I say comes to me, there, I release. There, I release. He's pushing, so I don't release. I wait. The instant he throws a little slack in his reins, the instant, there. Now right there, when he did it at the end there, he sort of gave to me a little bit, and then he pushed a little bit. So what I did is I gave him a release, and then I remained firm. I'm not going to go pushing, pulling back and forth with him. I won't contest him on that. There. There. Watch my hands when he gets soft there. I want him to break at the pole, soften at the nose, and yield his jaw. There. Now I see he bounced, so I'm going to wait. There. 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 Now see how he's come down, he got relaxed and got soft? If I was missing it to where he would get soft and give to me, and I wasn't releasing on time like that, he's going to get bothered. His head's going to come up, he's going to push a little bit more. Just show you with my hand here what I mean that maybe you can't see. I know a lot of you folks you totally understand what I'm talking about, but somebody that's a little bit greener might not. So this is the horse's head here. When I apply some pressure on him, and he's waiting there, there's pressure on the bridle. When he does this, when he comes back to me, so if you can imagine my reins being attached to my hand right there, when he gives to me and throws some slack in the reins, I give back to him. So when he's given to me, I give back to him. And he starts figuring out when I take the slack out of my reins, if he goes to there and throws some slack back in those reins, that's where the softness is. The softness isn't up here. The softness isn't down here. It's just right here. When I take the slack out, he goes to here, I release. So maybe we can just see it right here with him. There. 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 Now, this is at a standstill, and you're going to lose some of that when you start adding speed, adding different distractions to him. So you work at this very adamantly to get them to understand that. See, when I gather my reins up here right now, the weight in those reins has just changed with the act of me gathering them up. And that's all the weight I want to be able to apply. So you're talking about putting a bunch of pressure on them? That's what I want, is whatever these reins weigh. They're not real heavy, but me getting organized here and gathering them up changes the weight on them, and he gets soft and round. That's how much pressure I want to have on him. Anything more than that's too much. When I apply speed and other things going on like that, he's going to get a little distracted. So I'm going to have to follow through on that and work at it. But I need it like this at a standstill before I can start refining it at that level.